Yo, yo, yo. If you watched the last boring stream about how I trade the financial markets or whatever, um, this style of trading works across different instruments. So we're gonna do a quick trade breakdown. This won't take a long time, you know. So I'll see if anybody wants to pull up. I'll give it a couple minutes. I'm actually thinking of running this song as uh, the intro for the Technical Players Club, my trading channel, until I produce a custom beat or a song or whatever. So let me run this, see if anybody pulls up, and I can also check at the same time if this will give me a copyright strike. So yeah, let's do it like this. Let's do let's do it like that.
6 1 press. Yo, juggler. Lava. Still I live a dream all when we wake up. Them I wonder we clean like every day, so. Can't hold weed the lock on the gate, but squash for the so none how we know for the jail house.
Hampton music.
Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. But the press, loan push to start, yo. Have money can buy what we want now. Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. But the press, loan push to start, yo. Have money can buy what we want now. Rich lifestyle, lavish badness, get a Vietnam clocks, I'm a Spanish bad bitch. Germany care, figure chronic family. American Glock, yeah me have it for me. My lungs must black like magnet. The high grade smoking constantly. Hennessy and no brandy. Ask power in the potion of donkey. Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. But the press, loan push to start, yo. Have money can buy what we want now. Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. But the press, loan push to start, yo. Have money can buy what we want now. Me alright, 1 million a chum change. You a beat up, you like rain upstairs. Full of strap, never see me than a complain. Rebel side G City 9 mile way. Nice house with a pool and a BM. We carry money, we no carry new CVM. We always roll on when I Gillette. Gucci shades down, me no see them when I live some. Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. But the press, loan push to start, yo. Have money can buy what we want now. Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench.
Okay. Let's get right to it. Let me share that. Boom. All right. So as you can see, this is 7:45 a.m. Right? So we come to the market. What data do we have when we come to the market? But this is all we have to work with this morning. We have the Asia high. We have the London high. When you come to your charts, mark everything. You feel me? We have the London high. Move this closer. We have the London low. And we have the Asia low. Right? We have the Asia low. Right? And if I go to the 1 hour, I have from a previous session a 1 hour fair value gap that was never fully mitigated by price. It was respected. It was never mitigated by price. So what do? I take this value gap and I'll just extend it because it has never been fully disrespected by price. It has been respected thus far. You feel me? So we drop back down to the 15, and here's where we are with the data, right? So let's go. So we let it play, develop a bit. Boom, boom. Hold up. Now, what data do we have? The time is now 8:30 a.m. What data do we have now? Now we have this data. A large candle came. Small candle, large candle, smaller candle. What did it create? It created a fair value gap. So I have an indicator that highlights it, but we want to mark all this so we're used to seeing it. You feel me? So boom, that's a fair value gap right here. If I zoom out a bit, actually I have to go to the 1 hour. Maybe I'll show it. If I go to the 1 hour, we see this trend line from here. And my trend lines are, you see how they're all in the sessions? This is a significant line. You know, this isn't open to interpretation or to be ambiguous. This is the bottom of a session, and that's a session, tapping in and out, fair value gap, respecting. All right. So I have this trend line here also. That's some little added sauce, a little added extra confluence. You feel me? Now we come back here. What data do we have? So we have is hitting a point on a trend that price has been respecting and buying up from. You feel me? We also have this London session because New York hasn't opened yet. We have this London session sweeping the London low, its intra low, and the previous session Asia low is being swept. All this is happening. All this is happening right here. So just within this little space that we have right here, what can we see? We see an area of interest, trend line where price has been buying up from, is being broken. London low, Asia low is being swept. You feel me? Price is not closing below the Asia low and is bouncing off the 200 EMA. And from the fair value gap that I extended, price just came, tapped, and wicked the top of that fair value gap. You feel me? Price wants to move from one session's low to the next session's high, or area of interest, a fair value gap, basically from liquidity to get people's money. You feel me? So we don't want to be the money that they're getting. We want to get the money. So just take all that into note. That's what's happening right there. So let's just go a little bit further. Let me slow it a bit down. Let me do it at this speed. All right. Boom. All right. It's playing. Yeah, let's play. So all right. Now I should have did this already. So yeah, let me select bar and let me bring it back to right here. All right. What do we have right here? This first 930 candle has been formed. So we have 915. Hold up. We have 915. We have 930. Play a little bit. Boom. We have 945. All right. First 15-minute candle. So And the two models that we trade, which is the ILM and the orb, we can now take this candle, get the whole thing. We can now take this candle, and that is the 15-minute orb, right? What is the orb? Opening range break. 15-minute is the first 15-minute candle of the session opening. You feel me? You box out that candle, and that creates a range. All right. And then once that happens, you drop down to the 5-minute. You drop down to shit. You drop down to the 5-minute, and you take the trade on the first candle that closes, the first 5-minute candle that closes outside of your 15-minute orb. You feel me? So let's let it play. And we're going to learn some things right now because we have a lot of shit going on. Because you saw in the 15-minute, we had it right bouncing off the 200 EMA, which is this. Now, when we drop to the 5-minute, we have this structure being formed. We have this, if you want to call this a hidden one. So this is like, let me use the path tool. Use the path tool. So we have a low, then we have a high, we have a higher low. That's like a little hidden one. But then we have a high, and this is a clear as day, higher low. You feel me? So in our toolbox, we also know that lower highs and higher lows are usually signs of reversal or a new trend, the beginning of a new trend being formed. You feel me? All right, so let me get this out of the way. Boom. Let me get that out of the way. Boom. All right, so let's play a little bit more. Let's get a little more data. Now, look at that. We're still in the orb. Boom. Push outside the orb. Now, let me make sure I have this orb exactly right. That is 9:15. So that's the top of the orb right there. Bottom of the orb. Yeah. So boom. We have a break of the orb, right? This is the same position I had laid earlier. And as you can see, I got into the orb a bit late because I wasn't paying attention. But I didn't mind getting in it a bit late. Why? Because there's all these confluences stacking. You feel me? Look at this bounce, look at this retest into the orb and this trend line, and it swept the Asia low, the London low and Asia low again. You feel me? Taking out any liquidity of people who were too eager to get into the play. Why are they too eager to me and why was this good to me? Because we have this right here. We have this 5-minute fair value gap, which I had marked. So what do we have at the same time that this orb is breaking? We have it, the classic orb play, which a 5-minute candle close outside of it. We also have the lows, session lows being swept again. And we also have an ILM being created by this gap being disrespected by price. That's stacked confluences. You feel me? So that's why I entered a position there. All right. So I entered a position there for like a 1 to 2.7, and we'll see what happened. You know what? My bad. Not my bad. So you already see what's happening, but I wanted to add this. I wanted to add this too. If I take this line right here, and I draw this trend line right here, I mark it as trend line liquidity. So before this even happened, I would already have this marked out because you could, as you can see, this data was before New York session open. So this line would already be here, and this is just further confluence for price to go where I wanted to go in a bullish direction because of all this liquidity on the trend line. We got the session liquidity up here. We have the bounce off the 200. It took out these the session low liquidity out here, the London low, the Asia low, bounce off the 200, bouncing off the 1 hour FVG. It moved up. It disrespected this 15-minute fair value gap. If I wanted to go down to a closer look at it on the 5-minute, boom. This is a 5-minute fair value gap right here. It also disrespected simultaneously while breaking the orb. Now you can say there's a lot of whys. Every trade you should be looking at the storyline and looking at it like, why should price do what I think it's going to do? And then you should also have why not? And this is how you should examine your own psychology. If you're a person who is finds yourself very eager to press a button, you're predicting the fucking market, you think you know what's going to go on, even if you know that you're supposed to be waiting for a candle close or waiting for a clear AMD or waiting for a clear gap to be disrespected or whatever your criteria is, and you're prone to pressing the button early, then you need to prioritize why not in your checklist. Why shouldn't I do this? You feel me? Because your whys are a little too much. You feel what I'm saying? You got your why is no problem. Oh, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna press a button because I'm predicting the market. I don't think you don't know what's gonna happen. Stop it. Stop it. You feel me? So right when you're about to make this stupid ass decision to predict the market and try to get the sniper entry or whatever the hell you're trying to do, get it in your mind that no, I'm dumb, and I'm dumb for not following my rules. Trading is fun and easy because I put in the work to make it that way. It's fun to get money off of following my simple rules. So when you don't follow your simple rules, you deserve to bust your account. If you haven't put in the work and the pain in your study time to understand these concepts and have this shit be no longer confusing in any way, you deserve to bust your account. You feel me? But if you're doing the opposite or whatever, if you're doing what it takes, you put the pain in and all that shit, you're analyzing these charts and you're sticking to your rules, you need to see a sweep of a significant level or a displacement to make a decision. If you don't see that shit happen, you don't do it. Now, here's a lesson to be learned inside of this play too. Look at this. You know, motherfucker will get eager, right? A motherfucker will get eager and try to put his you'll see price come down and swept these levels, right? Within the London session, right? Came down, touches FVG, and and the candle body closed below here. So let me put this like this. So you being overzealous on this one because the candle body closed beneath it, you're like, oh, this is gonna be a continuation. Your market ain't even open yet. You over here thirsty making trades and shit. Oh, it's gonna be a continuation to like 50% of this gap, or we're gonna go and get this level, or all the whatever type of stupid shit that you're thinking. No. The reason you don't take this, because one, the market hasn't opened yet. I'm not scalping. You feel me? So the market hasn't opened yet. And there's this big 1 hour fair value gap right here. So if you did enter a position to the downside, let's illustrate this. Short position. So if you did enter a position to the downside on some stupid shit, like saying like whatever, the body closed below the London low or whatever, so you're thinking that's a play. You have a giant FEG right here. You have an FEG right here, right on top of the 200 and shit. All this liquidity above. And where would you have to place your stops on something like this? Like here? You feel me? Then where's your target? Let's say your target is this structure right here. Let's say it's that, which a fucking fair value gap is in your way, right? That's not even a 1-to-1. That's why not. That's a why not to do something. That's a bunch of confluences to why not do something. You feel me? And that's where everybody got faked out. That's where all the money gets taken. And that's where the 97% of traders who fail are. You feel me? We knew not to do that because we know why not. You feel me? Session opens. Ooh, it's making a little V shape. It's making a little V shape, right? Let me go to the 5 minute. Session opens. You're getting this little V shape and everything. You got this momentum up. You got this pullback. You're like, oh, this is it, right? And here's what you do. You go in for a long position. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my stops tight. I'm gonna keep my stop right below the Asia low that it didn't even take. You feel me? It took it earlier, but not within the New York session. I'm gonna keep it right here because New York took London. Okay, if it took London, why wouldn't it take Asia? You feel me? But you're like, fuck it. I'm gonna put my stop right here, boom, right below this structure. This is what you do. You feel me? I'm gonna put my stop here, boom. I'm gonna keep it. You say some shit. I'm gonna keep my stop super tight. I'm gonna put my stop loss like. You say you say you're gonna put your shit like right here or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me put it right there. You trying to keep a super tight stop because you think you got a sniper entry or some man, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna take it up to the next level to the eight to the London high because it took the London low, and the Asia high is right above that. What happens to you? What happens to you after you do that? Let me get the path tool. Price goes just like this. You see where price goes? Up. Oh, you're like, I'm in the move. It hits this 200. That shit comes all the way back, sweeps the Asia low. Now New York has swept both sessions. It takes money to move money. The banks went back and got more money. And they most likely got your money too, because if it didn't get your stop loss, you saw that shit fly back how it did before it gave some bullish pressure, and you closed your position. You just gave the money back to the market. You feel me? That's why we wait patiently for the session to give a sweep. And that's why we wait even more patiently for the orb to be broken by a 5 minute candle. Yeah, let me get on my teacher shit. Let me get on my hold on. Yeah, let's do it like this. That's why you wait for a goddamn sweep within the session to happen right there. And then you wait for the orb to be broken right there. And then you wait for this fair value gap to be disrespected. And then you enter your position right here where you see I entered my position. You feel me? And what happens? You can see it's basically already played out, but what happens? Boom. You get a pullback, retest, volume comes back in, Asia high is taken, and you have full TP. You feel me? And that's basically it. So yeah, like I said, this is another test stream for the Technical Players Club, and these daily breakdowns will be happening over there along with live trading and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So yeah, this is Disagreeable. I'm Disagreeable. We are Disagreeable in association with Technical Players Club. This has been another financial market breakdown. Peace.